Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here this morning on the show. Here this morning on the show. I want to talk about some wrestling news, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry the lighting's not that great. I just woke up a few minutes ago and I just don't feel like turning the light on for this video. Sorry the lighting's not great, but so I want to talk about some wrestling news here, episode 32 of wrestling. A little bit of news to talk about here, ladies and gentlemen. First story I want to talk about is about Vince McMahon. He's basically he needed filtering during WWE WWE creative assistance. I started recording his first time, had some problems, so it should be good now. But basically, I'm not gonna read the whole thing again, but now that he's like effectively done with his duties in WWE, Fightful heard this article from Fightful. They heard from many within the creative process who said that many of the creative writers they effectively need to filter Vince and themselves in ways because like they were told or Fightful was told that the assistants often had to know what not to write for Vince McMahon when taking like notes for him, and they also heard that the minutes are heavily edited, and also like he would get offended or be like appear insensitive or offensive to oh god, like what did he say moments, all the way to like simple kayfabe things. Like some stories include, man, he called people wrong names, like in terms that weren't socially acceptable, that he wouldn't like allowed on television. And another form of like production employees said if a live feed McMahon on a headset and any given night ever made it out, it would provide a picture of that production experience, especially for the announcers. There were plenty of times when he was in a good mood, but he'd blow up at the most ridiculous things and act like they were in an angle that was far past its expiration date. So he's basically like gets so like insensitive or offensive to like oh god, like say things like oh god, what did he just say? Moments like kayfabe stuff. If a live feed like would get out him like on a headset made it out, it would provide a picture of that production experience because he's basically would yell in the announcer's ears what to say. And like and they also asked like those working like in or near creative what they expected to change the most of Triple H control, and one specifically said recall of what we haven't done repeatedly. There are so many things that Vince insisted on doing that I'm pretty sure he didn't remember doing over and over again, even when people would tell him. So that's basically the article right there. So yeah. Next thing I want to talk about is Bret Hart on August 7, 2022. He said he didn't like Bill Goldberg. I think he said something like this a few weeks ago. There's like an update on how he feels about Bill Goldberg. He doesn't like Bill Goldberg. Not sure why. I can't remember. He just doesn't like Bill Goldberg. He just doesn't like him, and he confirmed this by Bret Hart. It was on like Twitter or something like that. It was like a 7-second clip. It was like this on Twitter, so I found that pretty funny. Funny clip right there. Next thing I'll talk about is Ric Flair. He said he's very happy with his last match. So on July 31st, Ric Flair stepped to the ring one last time when he teamed with his fake son-in-law Andrade El Idolo to take on Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal. Flair 73 was victorious in the bout, forcing Jarrett to submit with a figure 4. During the bout, Flair hit his trademark chops, showed why he's dubbed the dirtiest player in the game, and even bled. Speaking to Lucha Libre Online, Flair, he was asked about his final match. I'm very happy with it. I need to give it one more shot. I feel like I didn't go out the right way. And to have a relationship now that I do with Andrade, with Charlotte, to have a son-in-law like that, to be a tag team partner for him to tag with me and have the whole family there and his family, who I've gotten to know well, it was big for all of them. It was especially big for me because my entire family was there, and the only person to get an opportunity to do that twice. Once in 2008 with Shawn Michaels, and now with my son-in-law in Nashville. It was big, he said. His last match drew a gate of over $448,000 and over 24,000 buys on the pay-per-view. So it was mostly big for Ric Flair. He's mostly happy because of his family. Andrade's family's there. Andrade's son-in-law, his whole family, Flair's whole family. So I mean, it's a good way for him to go out. So yeah. Next thing I want to talk about is the viewership. Drops below 2 million for July or August 8th. WWE SmackDown still topped the demo. The preliminary numbers are in. But these are just the first numbers. Spoiler TV reports that it drew 1.983 million viewers on August 8th. It's down from 2.060 million viewers show average last Friday. The first hour pulled 1.986 million viewers, while the second hour came in at 1.980. So about 1.9 million. But the ratings could go up even more, because these are just the preliminary numbers. The show, it scored a 0.45 rating in 1849 demo. It's up from 0.40 rating show at the prior Friday. So the ratings were down a little bit, but the demo rating, that's the key, the demo rating, 1849 was up. First hour had a 0.4 rating, but the second hour actually went up 0.50 rating, topped the night among broadcast showings. So that's good right there. The demo rating up right there. For the SmackDown. But Bayley, next thing I want to talk about is Bayley. She basically talked about how her stable with Io Sky and Dakota Kai came about. She discussed on After the Bell, WWE After the Bell. And so, here's her comments. This is something I've wanted for a while. I would say a couple of years, and it's something I talked about to Hunter about before. Just wanting something different for the division and using girls that I think were either underutilized or that didn't get the opportunity or didn't get that spotlight, and a way to evolve myself. There have been many different variations of this faction or group that I wanted. As I got injured and got to spend more time thinking about it, I knew that I wanted literally girls that haven't had the opportunity from Raw or SmackDown, or haven't been given the opportunity to feel what WrestleMania is like, because that's what the ultimate goal of everybody. I feel if I look for girls that haven't had that yet, the hunger is going to be much stronger and be fresher for the fans and locker room, and they'll be excited to work with different people. Once I thought of it like that and looked at NXT, it was so easy. I knew who I wanted and who it could benefit, who I could benefit from, and who would give to the locker room. As cool as it would be for the fans and us, at the end of the day, it's also cool to see the girls in the back, their reaction to the girls that are here. You want good people around and people you can learn from and work with and make more magic with. So, so it's basically why, that's basically how her new group came together. She said After the Bell. Want to give some people that haven't had the opportunity get opportunity. So it's good to see Dakota Kai back and the EO. Should have been called a long time ago. So good to see those two get the opportunity to come back. Excited to see where this goes. So we'll see what happens with this stable. Triple H, he isn't stepping off the gas on bolstering the roster. So he has came out from Fightful. He wants to bolster the roster even more. They got obviously Dakota Kai now back. Io Shirai on the main roster. They got pushing Ciampa, probably now Ricochet. They've got Karrion Kross and Scarlett back, but Triple H, he isn't stepping off the gas. He's trying to get some more, maybe, people back on the roster. So, some good news there. Johnny Gargano, he said, despite my heel turn, I still want to make people smile. In the COVID-19 pandemic era, remember when he was with The Way with his wife, Candice LeRae, Austin Theory, Indy Hartwell. So, I mean, I pretty enjoyed that stuff. I mean, it's pretty good, pretty funny segment. So, I mean, he made a lot of people smile, laugh. So, hopefully, Johnny Gargano will come back soon to WWE. Tamina Snuka, she said something. She is anyone would love to join the Bloodline. So maybe, and she's ready, willing, and able if she's called upon to help out her family. So maybe she could join the Bloodline. I don't know. More news. See if I find any more news here, ladies and gentlemen. FTR is set to compete on the August 10th AEW Dynamite. So we have something for Raw. Rey Mysterio vs. Finn Balor has been added to the August 8th WWE Raw. So that should be interesting. We'll see what happens there. We'll see if we can find some more news. During the AEW Battle of the Belts, Jamie Hayter, Sean Ross was told she sustained a broken nose at the Battle of the Belts, but she finished the match. Um, so hopefully she's fine. So let's find some more news. Vince McMahon had rejected Dakota Kai, Io Sky, and Bayley's WWE stable. I don't know why. Guess because Dakota Kai and Io Sky were part of Triple H's NXT, so I guess he didn't want that to happen. But once he had to step down, obviously retired, and that Triple H didn't hesitate to bring those two back. WWE stars were upset with Liv Morgan getting booed, so yeah, backstage apparently some of the talent they weren't happy with Liv Morgan getting booed. It was just random boos. Don't know why they booed her. It just didn't make sense because it was kind of random, came out of nowhere. So apparently some WWE talent backstage they weren't happy. Shane McMahon, he hasn't factored into immediate WWE plans. That's the latest on Shane McMahon. That Shane McMahon at WWE. Some people probably think he'd come back now. Vince McMahon's gone, but apparently he's not factoring into any like WWE plans anytime soon. Um, So Booker T, gave his thoughts about returning to WWE's full-time announcer. Apparently now he's back as a full-time announcer. So I pretty much if that money, ladies and gentlemen, Booker T want that money. Um, Kevin Nash, he said he believes Raw's 3-hour runtime hurts WWE wants to see an M-rated product. I also believe that third hour hurts it as well. It's just it is what it is. It just doesn't. The third hour just kills it. Like 2 hours is fine, just 3 hours is too much, but I don't think they're gonna be able to get rid of that third hour. It's just I don't think they're gonna be able to. But yeah, that's all I have to say, ladies and gentlemen, for this wrestling news. So yeah, until next time, Michael, I thank you for watching.